silent meditation and pledge to the flag. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, we'll call this meeting of the Monongalia County Commission this June 12th, 2024 to order. Please note that two commissioners are here. Our president, Sean Score, is on vacation and will not be here today, so we will start with consent and approval with our administrator, Renetta McClure. Good morning.
Morning. You have 4 exonerations for $1,495.04. Minutes for June 5th, 2024. Vouchers General County, $498,383.84. Coal Severance, $5,000. Chestnut Ridge Park, $7,765.96. Camp Muffley, $4,239.71. Mason-Dixon Park, $188.15. Mon County Center, $28,142.41. Transportation Levy, $52,940.22. Library Levy, $12,993.52. EMS Levy, $106,218.58. Reallocated coal, $124.15. Assessor's valuation, $9,933.31. Payroll, $1,787,187.48. Morgantown Industrial TIF, $6,209.15. ARPA, $1,837.30. Parks and Recreation, $36,987.92. Purchasing Card, General County, $8,227.44. Chestnut Ridge Park, $481.36. Mason-Dixon Park, $181.38. Mon County Center, $824.73. For a voucher total of $2,567,866.61. You have budget revisions that require state approval for the general fund, federal grants, state grants, juvenile detention, dams and dredging, day report center, and visitors bureau. Position vacancies for boards and authorities are listed on the website, and fiduciary orders for June 12th, 2024.
A motion to approve the consent agenda is presented.
So moved.
Second. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
All right, consent and approval is approved. Next, we have some new employees. Introduction, employees, Chestnut Ridge Park.
We have Brady Miller. He's going to be seasonal part-time maintenance starting start date June 12th today. $12 an hour.
Okay. A motion to approve the employee as presented.
So moved.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. I believe the second one on the agenda has been withdrawn. Is that correct?
Correct. The CASA individual.
Okay. And then we have Sheriff Palmer here with a new deputy sheriff to present to us.
Good morning.
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 I have with me Steve Pierre, who will be starting as a deputy sheriff on June 16th at a salary of $4,233.34 per month. Steve comes from us from Flagler County, Florida, where he was a deputy sheriff there for 6 years.
Great.
He migrated up this way, saw some family, loved West Virginia, and we're going to be glad to have him. He's probably going to go down in July and be a sit-in, so hopefully we can get him on the road here in a couple of months.
Wonderful.
Move for approval.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Well, congratulations. Welcome to the county, and we got you. We're not going to let you go. So
We're sorry about the weather you're going to have to deal with in December.
Thank you all.
thank you very much.
Thank you. Welcome.
All right. That's all for any other employees?
Prosecuting attorney.
Oh, that's right. We have one
Yes.
more.
She submitted a letter yesterday. Sandra Danko is going to be a part-time digital evidence manager starting June 24th.
This is a previous position that was filled, and then now has that person left, and now she's filled it again.
$18,000 annual salary.
Great.
Move for approval.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Approved. Any more?
No, that's all. Thanks.
Next, we have comments from the public. At this time, anyone wishing to speak on really any topic you want is welcome to come forward. Please identify yourself and your address, and we will. And you have 3 minutes or so, subject to my discretion, and we'll go from there. So we'll open the public comment and welcome.
Good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Pat Lowe. My address is 1393 Bennett Drive. I actually work here, and
Right.
the issue I have, and I found out firsthand, is a handicap issue with the building.
Okay.
There are no handicap parking places for employees close to the building, so when you're on crutches, it makes it a little more difficult having to walk from the parking garage all the way here, and I cannot do stairs. So I can't come up the back way through the stairwell because I can't do stairs on these crutches with this boot. It's just too awkward. There is a lift in the building, but when it's out of commission, it makes it more difficult to get to where I need to go. There is a gate at the side of the building, but it stays locked. So it's hard to get through that gate to the handicapped access door on the side of the building. And the ground is extremely uneven, which makes it very hard for me to manipulate through that section. Once I get to the door, the handicap buttons don't work, and the door is extremely heavy. So trying to get through the door and keep it open while you're on crutches is huge. It's a big issue. I think there should be, at least for the employees that are either in my position or have to use a car, you know, what do they call it, a scooter,
Yeah.
or even a wheelchair to get to the elevator. They can't get through that gate because the gate's locked. There's no card key access through that gate. There's no overhead coverage on that side of the building. I found that out the hard way when I got soaked last week waiting for my ride to pick me up on the side of the building. Let's see. And that's pretty much everything I wanted to cover, the heavy doors and all the buttons and everything. So if anything can be done about fixing that issue, it would not only be a help for me, but it would be a help for customers that come in, especially that lift, because that lift can be out of commission more than it is in commission. And if there's any way we can maybe take that lift out and use half that stairwell as a ramp, that would even work.
Okay.
But trying to get in and out of this building when you're handicapped is really hard. And I think it's something that needs to be addressed.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Morning.
Good morning. I'm Chad Francis. I live 275 Hills Lane. I'm a representative from the UMWA, and I got a couple questions I'd like to ask, a couple things I'd like to go over.
Okay.
We appreciate your time today, and we want to extend our gratitude for your acknowledgement of the Mon County Assessor's Office employees' right to vote on union representation. This marks an important step toward ensuring equitable representation and empowering the workforce. Our commitment to transparency and fairness in this process is unwavering, and we respectfully seek your guidance in establishing clear guidelines for a free and impartial election. We have fostered strong relationships with commissions and county employees in other areas based on trust and collaboration, and we are eager to continue this positive engagement with you. It is crucial that an impartial third party oversees the proceedings to ensure a democratic and unbiased outcome. We are open to discussing recommendations for selecting such a neutral overseer. Furthermore, we want to emphasize the importance of respecting the election's outcome on behalf of the employees. And these are the two questions that are pretty vital moving forward with this process. When would be a convenient time for us to schedule a meeting with the Commission to discuss the election guidelines and the management of its outcome? And this is very important. Can we rely on the Commission to honor the election results and engage in good faith bargaining to achieve a mutually beneficial agreement? We appreciate any assistance you can provide us as we navigate this process together. Let us work collaboratively to create a workplace that is fair and just for all. Appreciate your time today, gentlemen. Thank you.
Thank you.
We're not permitted to respond to specific questions during open comment, but we may address it in our comments at the end, or we could acknowledge the response with a letter of some type, depending on how we decide to do that. So.
I appreciate your time. Thank you.
Thank you.
Anyone else? Okay, come on up.
Chris Liller, Assessor's Office.
Sure.
Mark just wanted me to let you all know we have started our reappraisal process
Great.
in the 4th and 5th Ward.
Okay,
That's
wonderful.
it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, come on up.
Hello, Justin Hirschberger, Public Defender, 17th Judicial Circuit, Public Defender Corporation. My home address is 101 Manchester Drive here in Mon County. I'm coming to speak about mainly the bus line, the free bus line. I know I've seen an article while the free bus line was going, I think 90,000 rides maybe were given during that. I know that it's a transition process with several of the nonprofits and Bartlett House and exactly what organizations will be filling gaps. But there's still several organizations up at Hazel's House of Hope that provide services to several individuals. I know it's several groups that had come together previously to provide that funding. It's my understanding that funding set to run out at the end of the month. I would just encourage the County Commission, the City of Morgantown, all of the players involved, hopefully to come together to find a way to continue that funding. I think that would be a very appropriate use of some of the opioid settlement funding money. So I would just encourage to try to find a way to keep that free bus line going. I know several of my clients do take advantage of that, and it's been very beneficial to them. Thank you.
Thank you for coming in. Anyone else? All right, we will close the public comment. On to grants. Colleen Kuhn, our grant coordinator and office manager. Good morning.
Good morning. I have 2 requests for reimbursement. They're for the Governor's Highway Safety Program. The first one is Safe Communities in the amount of $767.16, and impaired driving in the amount of $4,301.88.
Motion to approve the grants is presented.
So moved.
And for the president to sign, I will second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Next, correspondence. We have notice received from the U.S. Department of Homeland Security, U.S. Coast Guard regarding a permit application received from the West Virginia Department of Transportation, Division of Highways for the Morgantown Industrial Park Access Road Bridge. I believe this is a notice also calling for public comment along with that. Is that?
That's correct.
understood?
But
Okay.
only public comment through June 15th, so you have to.
Through June 15th, so not much
Right.
more time, so. That's all. Any other correspondence?
I don't have any other.
I have
have
two.
any? Okay.
Yeah. Received 2 emails from Emily Mozzarelli, the assistant manager in the city of Morgantown. The first one is that the people may not realize, but the city and the county are working together. And the first one is an RFP to look at and see if there are agencies that are willing to do an extreme weather warming center. So we are in the process, and they hopefully will have the release date next week at the city council meeting. Then we also have another request for proposals that came yesterday that we are looking at, and it's a storage lockers program for people experiencing homelessness. And it's a procedure looking for nonprofit organizations or community-based organizations that would be able to do this. And I really want to thank Emily for doing this. We are working together despite what some people think. We are working behind the scenes and trying to resolve some of these issues, and I want to thank Emily and her hard work on that.
Is that all?
That's it.
We have no unfinished business. Moving on to new business. Consideration to approve and sign the software license agreement renewal between the Monongalia County Commission and Amelia Technologies for the Smart Rec e-commerce platform for the Monongalia County Parks and Recreation Department for fiscal year 24-25. This
Move
is
for approval.
a renewal of our agreement for our parks, for our reservation software, and it's worked out really well from what we understand from our Parks Director, J.R. Petsko, and from our superintendent. So I have a motion to approve. I will second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Next, we have a consideration to approve requisition number 10 for the University Town Center Series 2023 Property Tax District, 2023A Property Tax District Administrative Expense Fund.
Requisitions for $12,381.98, and that's invoices for Municap and software systems.
Move for approval.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Next, we have consideration of requisition number 91 for the University Town Center Economic Opportunity Development District subaccounts.
Requisitions for $1,162,8238. This is for sales tax collected in the district for the month of May. And that is, of course, so the original amount was $1,271,474.33, less the statutory lien of $100,000 and their administrative fee of $11,191.95.
Move for consider to approve.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Next, we have a consideration of changes to the service of process fees that can be charged by the Monongalia County Sheriff in accordance with West Virginia Code 59114. My understanding is the state authorized a
Right.
$5 increase per the cost of the process.
Yeah, the chief tax deputy came down last week and brought that to our attention. And so the commission just needs to confirm that the sheriff can charge up to the maximum of $30.
It's currently at $25, which is
Yeah.
still an incredible bargain. 'Cause
Yeah.
Private process service will run you about $150. So.
Move to change the process fee charges.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Next, we have a consideration to approve requisition number 88 for the University Town Center Excise Tax District Administrative Expense Fund.
$6,865, and that is to be paid to MuniCap, the monthly invoice.
Move for approval.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Carries. Finally, we have a consideration to approve requisition number 5 for the Series 2021B Harmony Grove Phase 1 Administrative Expense Fund.
Requisitions for $8,937.50. MuniCap has been contracted to do some calculations for the district on behalf of the developer. And so that's the requisition. I'm not sure if we'll have ongoing requisitions or if this will be a one-time thing.
Okay.
Move for approval.
Second, all in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Carries. Next, do we have anything else? Nothing
Nope.
else in new business? So on to reports from elected officials and/or departmental supervisors. Mayor, have Alex, our litter control officer. Good morning.
Yes, good morning.
Good morning.
Alex Hall, Litter Control Officer. Just want to come up here and remind everybody, we found out this week that we're going to be closed next Wednesday and next Thursday. Last year, these two holidays yielded probably the biggest issue we have had in several years. Just want to remind everybody, we have cameras up there, we have signs, we've worked a lot of
This is as to the recycling center in Westover?
Yes, we're at the recycling center. We've used a lot of mitigation techniques to try and cut down on it, but if we do have these issues, obviously we will enforce them and prosecute them through magistrate court criminally. So I just want to make everyone aware, we are closed next Wednesday and Thursday.
Okay.
We'll be open on Friday.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Any other elected officials or departmental supervisors? No? Reports from county commissioners. Tom?
Yeah. First one, to respond to Justin Hirschberger, you are correct. The bus line, free bus line does end the end of this month. And at our last MMPO meeting, I requested, and we're going to have a meeting between the president of the county commission, the mayor of Morgantown, HHH, and the most important is the bus director, to discuss it. There appears to be some questions of a different direction we can go, of which there could be different funding. And I'll say this, one of the problems we're looking at is if the individuals, the free busing, you can't get funded, but if you have a different type of free busing, there's a different type of program, and all they need is a card to get it. So that's what we're looking at, plus other possibilities. But you are correct, over 80,000 people, 80,000 rides were used. So it clearly is being used and is needed. So I appreciate you bringing that up. Let's see, the next issue, I've been meeting and talking with multiple conversations with Jonathan Board, who's the executive director of the First Foundation. There is now an expert panel formation that has now been made public, and because of that, Jonathan Dower contacted us, who's our Regional 4 Director, and will be coming, I believe, next Tuesday to discuss the process. This is something that we're a little bit concerned about and have written several letters along these lines, and he'll explain the entire process. But without all the needs assessment done for every city and county in the state, plus these individuals being selected, plus then an expert panel being selected, no funds are permitted to be released. And we're very worried about this because as this bureaucracy goes on, we have problems. So hopefully we'll be able to expedite that. On the 22nd, I'm pleased to say that in the Western End, it's been requested we are going to have a Mountaineer Food Bank food giveaway from 11 to 12:30 on June 22nd at Clay Battelle High School. That will be going on. And the only other thing I will address concerning the union issue is we've made it very clear, the law is clear, and being part of union, I'm very knowledgeable of this. A election can happen at any time. There is no need for any input from the county commissioners. This could be done at any time to vote for a union.
Okay, I'll address the request for assistance with the handicap access to the building.
Yeah.
We will address that with Scott Finch, our Director of Facilities, and we have a weekly meeting with Scott, and I don't think we're meeting this week, but I'll reach out to him and see if we can address some of those concerns. Certainly want to make sure the building is fully accessible. With Justin, we are addressing that. I'm on the MCR board as well, and we have been discussing it in those meetings, and we're looking for a solution. We were told prior to the election by Mountain Line to wait till after the election to
Right.
I don't know if they're waiting for the results of the excess levy that was passed for that line. So hopefully with that passing overwhelmingly, thank you to the citizens of the county to do that, then we can work some kind of agreement. We agree that it's a necessity to have that line of transportation open. So we're working toward that solution. And I will echo the sentiments just from my opinion, as Commissioner Bloom said. I don't see where the commission has any need for any involvement in an election that is to be held by. If the assessor's employees want to do that, if there would be any coordination from anyone over those employees, I would suggest talking to their direct elected official that is actually the one that hires them and manages their salaries and benefits, and other than the overall ones that are provided by the county commission. So I would suggest that if there's a higher party that needs to be spoken to, that you address that with the assessor. But that's just my opinion. But
I have one more issue.
Sure.
I'd be remiss if I didn't say and welcome my daughter and son-in-law are here from Philadelphia. It's the first time they've actually seen me at a meeting, so I appreciate their coming and welcome.
And as I commented, you look like your mother, thankfully for you. So that being all, do we have any other business?
Move to adjourn.
Second?
Okay, we be
All
gone.
in favor? We are gone.